hey, can we do more? What can we do to push it over the top, to dominate more? Or we're already high in our market, we just want more. Okay, so if you want more, do more. We can actually cut the videos internally. We have multiple sets in here. If you look around at videos, you see us on tables, you see us in chairs. It's all in this large room I'm in here. And we have a video production room with several different sets. And so if you really wanted to pay us to do it, we'll chop up a video, make it a podcast, and distribute it through all these channels for you. Or if you give it to us, we'll chop it up, edit it, and distribute through all these channels. So there's ways to do that. And then obviously, Google likes it if you do it. Bing likes it too, but Google and most of the stuff. So first the video, we'll put it on YouTube and optimize it. And by the way, it's a big deal because it'll get YouTube views. And you may not get thousands and thousands of views. This isn't like something for tweens. It's not something incredibly viral typically, but it's interesting to people that have the need for the service. And you can get thousands of views on it, but the views you do get, well, they're really important. Hey there guys, it is Nolen Walker for Roofing Webmasters. I'm going to talk to you today about video marketing for roofers. We talk a lot about the different elements of search engine optimization and getting organic results around the web. Videos is a great way to make this happen. It's one of the reasons I do these myself. I chop these up several different ways. This goes into podcast and a lot of other things. So the more elements that you can have about your brand around the web, the better the score you'll get, the better you'll show up organically, not only for the video, but for everything else on the website. So if you have videos and content, design, and everything else, all this other stuff, reviews, regular social media, this will actually push up your keyword ranking, your map placement, and everything else about your brand around the web, especially when it comes to search engines. So let's talk about that and say, okay, what are those things, Nolen, that it does? And so, for one thing, guys, I want to say this. We'll cut videos for people, and you can do your own, or we can cut videos that people have. For a roofer, well, you can do drone shots for one thing. They're cool too, and we hardly ever get them from you guys. We got a lot of customers, and most of them don't take advantage of this. They get great results online with what we're already doing, but a lot of times I get kind of a deal like, hey, can we do more? What can we do to push it over the top, to dominate more? Or we're already high in our market, we just want more. Okay, so if you want more, do more. We can actually cut the videos internally. We have multiple sets in here. If you look around at videos, you see us on tables, you see us in chairs. It's all in this large room I'm in here. And we have a video production room with several different sets. And so if you really wanted to pay us to do it, we'll chop up a video, make it a podcast, and distribute it through all these channels for you. Or if you give it to us, we'll chop it up, edit it, and distribute through all these channels. So there's ways to do that. And then obviously, Google likes it if you do it. Bing likes it too, but Google and most of the stuff. So first the video, we'll put it on YouTube and optimize it. And by the way, it's a big deal because it'll get YouTube views. And you may not get thousands and thousands of views. This isn't like something for tweens. It's not something incredibly viral typically, but it's interesting to people that have the need for the service. And you can get thousands of views on it, but the views you do get, well, they're really important. And you get high conversion off of these. And also, it just helps everything overall. Your overall SEO gets helped. So once it goes YouTube, it can get found there. And we optimize it. It can show up in the videos on Google. And it can even show up in the carousel on Google. So it'll show up in the carousel if it's optimized and set up well. And once we take it from there, well, we'll chop that sucker up and stick it on. We'll link the video from a page on your website. And if we want to take it a step further, somebody internally can do SEO copyright that's extreme high quality and do a deep dive. And I'm not talking about the captioning. I'm talking about someone in their own words optimizing properly the general subject of the video. And then the video gets this excellent page written about it, this article that is actually optimized on the website, that's also optimized for organic, not just the video itself. And the video resides on that page with a link and a little box through to YouTube. So this stuff all begins to cross-optimize each other. We can take it even a step further and chop it up and edit and stick up to 45 minutes on Facebook. So you have Facebook videos, and then you can have a post about it. You can chop it even further and get 60 seconds or less of a good split on there and stick it on Instagram and maybe even Twitter. And so you get that video and cross-market that sucker that many ways, and then I can have a whole different section on podcasts. If you took the video, the audio quality of it like I do, which I'm sitting here holding a high-end audio mic, and it's not just the audio on this camera, and then we take it and we pull the audio off and we've got a podcast. And then the podcast goes in through iTunes and other distribution channels which have authoritative linking, which create even more of an authority, feel of authority for the web presence, because how many people have podcasts? So, man, you can take a video, you can chop that thing up so many different ways. It'll optimize on YouTube. It'll optimize the video on Google. It'll have a video tab on Google where they can search it direct, or better yet, the carousel shows up in general search halfway down in the organic, or just a little bit down, or sometimes at the top. That will bring in more traffic to your website, which will in turn push the organic. The element of having simply more video pushes the authority, excuse me guys, pushes the authority, and then that pushes organic as well. And so, but you can take it further again and get the organic keywords themselves from the video to show up, because what? We made an expert page with a video of it. By the way, the page itself is better because it has a video, which also links to where it was in Google, and then distribution through social media, even possibly inclusion into like Instagram stories and stuff like this, and TV on Facebook. You can get little pieces and cut it and chop it up into different ways. And that thing can really go all over the internet and give you more of a power pack than you think. And we perform that service here at Roofing Webmasters. Guys, search engine optimization is not about one thing. It's very difficult to do the whole thing on your own. We have a couple dozen webmasters here. We will handle it high end for you, and all these details help get you to be a juggernaut. It is not worth having a roofing company. I've done this for years. I know how difficult it can be to come into a market and get the proper leads that you need to raise up out of just a mom and pop type roofing company, or have to be subject to only storm damage. But you can get that thing through a little bit of effort on your own and a lot of effort on your web team side, and we can help you become the juggernaut in town. And we do it by just simply doing higher quality work on more levels. And video marketing can be part of that for you. And if you really want to knock it to the next level, probably should be part of it. There's all sorts of other things involved, but this is a big one. This by itself doesn't do it, but this added to an already great effort and all these other skill sets that we help you with here can really be that extra edge you've been looking for. So I'm Nolen Walker. I'm one of the owners at Roofing Webmasters. I love working with roofers. I've dealt with literally hundreds of you guys. You're over. We just do work with tons and tons of roofers, and from everything from residential to commercial. I want to say one other thing about the organic side of this. You're not going to get found even on storms online if this stuff all done jive together. And you don't have to be at the mercy of the storm if your organic is dominant in a marketplace. I've dealt with so many roofers over the years that I see people feast or famine on storms. I see some guys literally just dying out when I hear from them before they get dominant online. A storm will roll through town and they had the glory day, but then they are now eating beans because it has been years since a hailstorm, or the potential hailstorm that was so great that everyone remembered was so bad that the majority of the roofs got replaced literally in the entire town. And there's a lot of examples you guys probably know about around the country. I'm thinking of Wichita, Kansas, San Antonio pops in my head, Houston. And you know, those people who do well temporarily, and yeah, you'll have a better year no matter what, but those people that do well temporarily, if they're not organically dominant and one of the big ones in town, well, they could go out of business. And you guys know this. It's one of the great things about roofing and one of the bad things about roofing is that you're in this market and sometimes you have to be in several because this phenomenon happens of this storm and you make all this money and do all these roofs and then the roofs are done, and then Mother Nature does not bring you that hailstorm or hurricane or whatever it is the next season. Now in Florida recently, it's been back to back to back. But anyway, if you'll do this, I know a guy that comes to mind that was doing I think he did close to 800, and then the second year after the storm did 300, but then the third year was still doing 150. And the 800 would have never been done without the organic that he got. That was a direct result. It was about 750. The 300 the next year wouldn't have been done without it. And this was not a door knocker. And then 150 may sound rough to you or may not, but when you go from 750 and you still maintain 150, all off organic, but oops, 75% of the roofs got replaced in San Antonio and a guy's still pulling organic like that, well, that's fantastic. It means you can keep that operation going. It's still profitable. It's not like it was in that record year of hail, but you've got a really nice business. You're paying bills and they're still earning good income when everybody else that isn't on organic is starving, eating beans, or even moving out of the marketplace. So this helps set things over the top. You got any questions, we'll answer them. As usual, I would personally love to have your business on behalf of myself and the 24 fabulous webmasters here at Roofing Webmasters. We look forward to hearing from you someday and being your web team. And until next time, we'll see you later.